to Harnessing the Power of Giveaways to 3X Your Business. I'm your host, Michael Neely, and today we're going to be joined by my partner in life and business, the lovely Krista Inakovsky.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited to share with you today what we're up to, because we're going to reveal to you a strategy that if you follow and implement in your business, it's really going to set you up for some major success.
Absolutely. And this masterclass is for visionaries, for entrepreneurs, for people with a big goal, solopreneurs. And whether you're a business coach, marketing, health and wellness, really any genre infopreneur, we want you to imagine what your world is like when you have an influx of leads, when that list is continually building and growing with consistency and predictability. And as a result of that list growth, your revenue grows and you're making a bigger impact.
Yeah. And as always, I want to be sure to ask this big favor of you before we dig deep into this. Please turn off all weapons of mass distraction, okay? Wherever your phone is, like put it in airplane mode even. Yeah, that was a good move. Put it in airplane mode, shut it down, shut down your browsers, shut down your email, and give us your undivided attention. There's an expression, we talk about it a lot, that the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And I really believe in that. And I think one of the things that I'd love for you to look at right now is how you show up for events like this. It's probably how you show up for your business. Are you giving it your full attention that it deserves? And here's your chance to do so.
Yeah, it's also a reflection on how your clients show up for you.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what we're going to ask you for just this next little stretch of time to give us your full focus and undivided attention. It'll be worth the effort.
Absolutely. And I'm guessing for many of you watching right now that your list growth is unpredictable and inconsistent. And what that feels like, and you have some days where there's a handful of new subscribers and other days it's a ghost town of silence. Yeah. And we understand that inconsistency makes it really hard for your business, like for the activities, and it creates a lot of stress and uncertainty.
Yeah. And not only that, this is a sad statistic, but I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but 20% of all businesses fail in the first year. And 40% of businesses do not make it 3 years. 50% of businesses fail within the first 5, and only 25% of businesses make it past 15 years. Yeah. So take it from someone who's actually cracked that code and has been in it for longer than that I've got a formula that can work for you. And the goal here is that I want to help you to succeed. So are you ready to hear about it?
I know I'm ready. Let's do
it. All right. And look, I'm not going to go on and on. You know how a lot of these webinars, and we hate this about webinars, where they go on and on about their story and about their self and why you should trust me and why I'm so good at what I do. And here's the thing. I'm from Missouri, which is the show me state. And so I look at it like this. I'm just going to lay it out to you. I'm going to give you the outline of what we're talking about, and then I'm going to trust that you're smart enough to figure it out on your own and see the value in it. All right? Does that sound fair?
I think that's a good way to do it. Let's jump right in it.
Okay, so before we dig too deeply into this, we have to establish a few truths about business that we can all agree upon. And those truths are that in any business, indeed any business in any industry, you need 3 essential things, just 3. And those 3 things are lead generation, number 1. You got to have people to buy. You got to have leads lined up and interested. Number 2, sales. You got to have a way to sell to them. However it is that you do that, you got to sell to those leads. And 3, you got to fulfill. You got to fulfill, like you just sold them something. How do you get that to them? How do you give them the product, programs, or service that you just sold? That's it. Any business consists of those 3 things. So just to be clear, we're not going to go on and teach you about fulfillment. We're just going to trust that you've got that dialed in. You're already an expert at what you do. That's on you. Also, we're not going to be talking to you about sales. There's so many different ways to sell. We're figuring that you've either got that dialed in, or maybe you have a sales team, or maybe you're working on dialing in your selling. But again, that's not what you're here for today. What we're going to talk to you about is lead generation. Because here's the deal. If you know how to generate leads on a continuous basis where they're steadily flowing in, you can screw up on selling. You can screw up even on your fulfillment until you get it right. You just keep having new leads coming in. And I'm not saying you're going to screw up, but with a steady flow of leads, if you know how to do that, you've got endless opportunities to get it right. All right.
And just to quickly flip that, if you are really good at sales and you can hone in, if you can sell 3 people, imagine what you can do when your list is bigger and bigger and
Yeah.
bigger. So
Yeah, absolutely.
lots of good ways to look at this.
Yep. And if at first you don't succeed, get more leads and try again. Okay. So that said, there is
That's
an art and a craft to creating leads, to getting those leads. And if you've been following my trainings this week, you're probably getting a good feel for that and how to excel in lead generation.
Yeah, but I know not everyone watched all of the training. So how about we do like a quick summary synopsis of the highlights so then we can really make sure we're all on the same page.
It's a great idea. All right. So the first thing that you need to do to get leads, collect email addresses or phone numbers, is through offering something of value. Now, this thing is often known as a lead magnet, a freebie, your ethical bribe. What is that thing you're going to give to someone in exchange for their name and email, or maybe even just their email? But here's the deal. Not all lead magnets are created equal. Like literally, some may get 75% conversion where people see that and they're just chomping at the bit to get it, and others may get less than 10% of the people who actually see it who sign up for it.
And that's a really big, important difference. So let's
Yeah.
explain like why that is.
Yeah. So, and here's the deal. The creator of the poorly performing lead magnet, the one that gets 10% or less, it's not that they're stupid. It's really more about the fact that it's counterintuitive a little bit. And so we want to break it down for you here. A great lead magnet is based upon 3 essential keys. Number 1, it needs to be immediately available. Okay, people don't want to wait for it. We are a society of
They want it
immediate
right now.
gratification. Yeah, so you want to be able to give it to them immediately. They don't want to wait a week. They don't even want to wait a week for your book. If you got it digitally, get it to them now. All right?
Yeah.
Next up, number 2, it needs to be easily consumable. Now, I just mentioned your book, waiting for it, but the truth is a book will not outperform a cheat sheet. They don't have time. We're also a time crunch society. Give them something that they consume quickly and move on. You have to put together something that's, before they spend a lot of time with you, it's got to be short, sweet, and powerful. All right? And number 3, it needs to solve a top of mind problem. What is it that your ideal clients are up at 2 a.m. worrying about? Is it that they're lonely and are looking for a Mr. and Mrs. Right? Is it that they're struggling to get more leads and to make more money? Or is it maybe that they just want to lose some extra weight and they just don't know how? They've tried all these diets. What is that 2 a.m. worry? You need to respond to that. And so, literally, we could put this all into
let's put it
one
together.
sentence. A really highly converting hot lead magnet, as we would call it, needs to be an immediately available, easily consumable solution to a top-of-mind problem. And it's as simple as that. And once you've crafted your hot lead magnet and you've come up with a good title for it, which is also
Title
important.
is really important too.
Yeah,
It's got to be catchy and grab their attention.
Yeah, and make them really want that. Once you got all that together, well, guess what? You're halfway there. Okay?
And only halfway.
And only halfway.
Because a fabulous lead magnet that nobody sees is just a really sad thing. So
Yeah.
we're going
think
to
about
talk
it.
about how we can get that lead magnet seen by people who are interested in your topic.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of what we're here to talk about today.
Yeah, and there are a lot of options out there for getting exposure for your lead magnet. Some are good, some not so good.
Yeah.
Some are expensive, some are cheap, and some are easy to do and some are more difficult. So we've kind of developed a litmus test.
Yeah, we did. We put together a whole range. We were looking at these particular categories and help you rate them, rate them, and rank them, which is some word in between.
Yeah.
So that you can decide and be a little more aware of the time, effort, and money that's being spent as you choose to do any of these that we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, and so in order to break it down for you so it all makes really easy sense for you, we've developed 4 different methods of how we rank these, our ranking system for the litmus test. Number 1 is cost effectiveness. How much are the leads going to cost you? Are they cheap or at least reasonable? Or are they going to be expensive and kind of through the roof? Obviously, you want to get it as low as possible for your cost per lead or your CPL.
Next is consistent. Is your lead flow like feast or famine with a bunch pouring in 1 month and then nothing for the next 2? So we're looking at flow, consistency, and bringing in leads on a regular basis no matter what month or time of day.
And next up is quantity. Obviously, higher quantity is better. Are your leads trickling in where maybe you're getting 5 or 10 each week, or are they flowing in droves where you're getting hundreds every month?
Yep, and that last thing we're going to look at is the easy button. And we want the easy button, but the truth is a lot of methods to bring in leads are not easy at all. They can be very time consuming, very difficult, and kind of drive you crazy. So
with these 4 factors in mind, we're going to do a quick review of the top 7 ways to position your lead magnet and get it seen. And we are going to do these not in any particular order, but we're going to let you know as we go through them how we feel about them. All right. So number 1 is your website. Now this doesn't rank really high on the test because first of all, the leads are only going to trickle in. You know, it's like, and it's from it's going to be sporadic from time to time. You might, oh, hey, another lead came in from my website, but it's also a lot of labor. You're going to have to do a lot of SEO and drive traffic to the website to even see your lead magnet. So on our scale website, by the way, I'm not saying don't do it. Definitely do it, but it's just not a steady
it's easy to throw it up there, so you might as well have it on there.
Yeah.
But again, we're looking at all 4 of these test points.
Yeah.
Number 2 is social media. And while this one ranks really high in the free category, it's really inconsistent on leads. It can only trickle in. Sometimes you hit a post and it goes nuts. Other times, nothing at all. And it seems like the more you want people to see it, the less it gets seen, which can be really, really frustrating. And that leads us to the next one, which is social media ads or paid posts. And this is one way to quickly burn through a ton of cash fast. The amount of money that it takes to dial in, even to see if your lead magnet converts online. I mean, we've experienced it ourselves and heard countless stories of how much money people are doing. And even once you do have it dialed in with, that paid per lead spot, it can be up and down. It can be working one week and then not the next. So just be careful with that one.
Yeah, not a great way to go for sure. Next up is virtual summits. Now, virtual summits can be cost effective, but they lose out in the effort category. I mean, here's the deal. I coach virtual summits. I get hired by people to manage their team to run virtual summits because it's an area of my expertise, and it is a boatload of work. And it's sporadic as well, because if you're not the host and you're just the guest, well, guess what? It depends on how many people see your segment and how many of those who actually choose to get your free offer. So it's not the best way to generate leads. So again, I rank it pretty low on the scale here.
Next is speaking from stage, which is something Michael and I really enjoy doing. You can have a lot of fun up there. However, this also doesn't rank very, very high, especially when it comes to effort. It takes a lot of effort to find the stage, then you have to pay for the stage time, then you have to pay to travel to get there. It's the time to prepare for it. It takes a lot of time out of your calendar to have that 1 30-minute time slot and then hope to convert people onto your list just from that. So not ideal for a lead generation tool.
Yeah, because sometimes there might only be 25 people in the room. So, it's again, pretty low down there. Next up, again, this is something that I know and love well. That's podcasting, whether you're a guest or a host. I've been teaching podcasting for 10 years. I host 6 of my own shows. And I got to say, there's a bit of effort involved and it's sporadic. I mean, it depends on how frequently your show is being listened to and how many of those people opt in for anything that you're offering. So it's not a what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a reliably consistent way to get leads. You can't always count on it generating that action. And so podcasting, still, it's more of a trickle than a downpour.
And then one more that we wanted to talk about on this particular list, which are JV partnerships. And again, we're huge fans of JV partners.
Yeah.
We love our partners. It's maybe why you are here, how you got here, because one of our JV partners shared what we're up to in list building, and you're like, hey, I want to check this out. So that part's great, but there's a lot of work to it, a lot of work. And you have to get your partners to agree on your timing, or it's really their timing. So you might only get someone that can partner for you one time a year, and you'd have to have a lot of partners to rely on this too heavily.
Yeah, if you want to keep it steadily for a whole year in a regular flow, you're going to need maybe as many as 100 JV partners promoting throughout the year. So it can be tough.
And again, just to reiterate, we do all of these different methods, and we still recommend doing them. What we want to do is bring awareness to you is how much effort and time and money is being spent on each one, and then what is a realistic lead flow to expect from them. Sometimes that list building is a side effect. You're doing the thing for another reason, But we want to be realistic on how we're actually building a list.
Yeah, and the purpose of it too is to do away with the roller coaster where you do really well for a little bit and then you go way back down and you're not making money for a little bit until you do the next big thing. And so we're trying to alleviate that. And so with that, I know that I said 7 top ways to have your lead magnet seen, but we've actually been we're holding out on you a little bit, okay? Because the number one way to accomplish stellar results that tick all of the boxes on our litmus test review, all 4 of those categories, the method is giveaways.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
May not be a big surprise. The name of this webinar is how to
harness the power of giveaways. But here's the deal. And when I talk about giveaways, I want to be real clear because there is a lot of industry jargon. And while your lead magnet is something that you give away, it's not a giveaway. A giveaway is a collection. It's actually the definition that I go by is a curated collection of lead magnets that are put together by a single host, and they're contributed to by a variety of guest experts, okay? And it's a great list building strategy in our industry, and we've taken it to the whole next level. But what we're going to do here real quickly, in case some of you who are watching this may not be familiar with giveaways, we've created a little explainer video. So give it a look. What exactly is a giveaway? At its core, a giveaway is a treasure trove of valuable free gifts, often in the form of lead magnets, thoughtfully curated by a single host and contributed by a diverse range of expert guests. Okay, that makes sense, but how does it work? Great question. First off, the host sets the stage by defining the giveaway's theme and its intended audience. For example, the Business Builders giveaway is tailored to guide entrepreneurs to their first $100,000 milestone. This targets those who are new to the entrepreneurial world or those striving to break that elusive 6-figure barrier. Next, the host gathers a league of extraordinary experts, their friends and colleagues, who not only share a passion for overcoming the same challenges, but also boast a dedicated following within the target audience. These guest experts then register to participate as one of the contributors, and they provide the details of their specific lead magnet that they'd like to offer as part of the giveaway. By joining, they pledge to champion the event by sending a set number of promotional emails to their subscribers during the giveaway period. The host may gather as many as 30 contributors for the giveaway, and it's up to them to create the required pages in support of the event. These pages include the opt-in page, where all of the contributors will be sending people to sign up for the free gifts. The opt-in page will frequently show all of the cool free gifts that people will get when they subscribe. This requires a panel for each of the lead magnets submitted by the contributors. Then the host creates the access page. This is where the people who sign up for the giveaway can go to collect the individual lead magnets or gifts that they choose. Once these pages are built, the host will provide links to the opt-in page and email copy for the contributing experts to email to their list. Then we wait until the giveaway opens. On the specified dates of the giveaway, with the power of collective effort, the host, along with each contributor, fires off emails to their eager subscribers, inviting them to join the giveaway festivities. Imagine you've got 30 people emailing their list, some small and some big, reaching in excess of 60,000 people in a mere matter of days. The invitation is out and people start to check out the giveaway and the free content included therein. And they start to opt in for the giveaway, adding their name and email to the list of the host. We call these leads, as they are folks raising their hand and saying, "Hey, I want to explore what you offer." The beauty of the giveaway success lies in its outcomes. The host list flourishes, a testament to their dedication and hard work. Contributors also reap rewards, although typically not on the same scale as the host. Given the substantial effort invested in creating the giveaway, the host will typically charge anywhere from $97 to $300 for a basic spot, with featured positions commanding over $500. Savvy contributors gladly invest in these opportunities. With minimal effort, mainly a few well-timed emails, they access leads far more effectively than traditional advertising. These leads are warm, nurtured by colleagues who've already established a connection. Sure, some giveaways are free, but they often yield lackluster results, leaving contributors unsatisfied. At the Infinite List, we do the heavy lifting for our members. Even when our members decide to host their own giveaway, we build the pages, create the swipe copy, wrangle the guests, and more. Plus, our members get to participate in any of the hundreds of giveaways we run without any additional charge. It's all included in membership. To learn more about giveaway specifics, check out our other videos on this page. All right, so hopefully now you have a better grasp of what a giveaway is, and you can probably understand why it's ranked number one. Based on those test elements that we talked about earlier, they're extremely cost effective, providing you with leads as low as 50 cents each, which is really incredible in this day and age. And they're consistent. As long as you know who's running them or able to get access to play in giveaways all year long, you should be able to do giveaways every single month of the year. Next, they can bring in quality leads in high numbers, netting anywhere from 150 to 500 opt-ins, 500 leads up to per giveaway. And they're easy to do. Yeah. You simply send in your lead magnet, queue up a few emails to go out to your list, and you're done.
That's it. Yeah. You don't have to show up, record, any of that.
Yeah,
it's easy.
It's so easy. And here's the thing. I've been running giveaways and participating in giveaways for more than 10 years now, and I've learned a thing or two about them along the way. In hindsight, I can tell you that one thing that I would do differently, I would have started much sooner. I would have started doing giveaways right out of the gate, and I would have focused on list building way more than I did. Because the power of a big list is incredible in so many ways, and we're going to cover some of those today. And I know I would have hit 7 figures much sooner had I focused on list growth. And I also would have deployed this strategy that we're about to share with you as soon as I possibly could. But first, I think it's important. Why don't we tell them a little bit about why it took so long for me?
Right.
Because there are some challenges that you may face when it comes to giveaways. All right?
Yeah, and I just wanted to say that giveaways have been around for a while. It's a proven method, but we're going to give you a twist on that a little bit later, so you can see how we're doing giveaways in a way that you haven't seen
Makes it
just
unique.
yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, tell us about some of the challenges and why many of our viewers or people that we encounter as clients have not done giveaways yet.
Yeah. Well, first of all, when I first started online, I was like small potatoes. Nobody knew who I was. I was not on anybody's radar, so I was not even getting invited to play in giveaways. Okay, so that's part of it. You can't be in a giveaway if the host doesn't invite you. Mm-hmm. And so it took me a few years before I started to get invited to play, and even then, the frequency was another issue. I might get invited to one giveaway and then not another one for 6 months. And so there was not this regularity. I didn't know enough entrepreneurs running giveaways to get invited more than a few times a year.
Yeah, the other big problem that we see out there is that there are giveaways that are not targeted. It has a very big, broad base, and they're just trying to fill in with as many contributors as possible, regardless of what the genre or expertise is. And that just creates for a low quality lead when you're participating, because two things: either there's so many other people in there, nobody even sees you, you're down at the bottom, or because there's no category, there's no particular reason that people are showing up, they may come in with business on their mind and have no interest in what you're doing in the health and wellness space. So those big, overly done, broad categories just don't work.
Yeah, well, they end up in lackluster results 9 times out of 10, and it's one of the things that I also learned along the way, which I've gotten better at. So, are you guys ready to hear this strategy?
I think we should hear the strategy.
All right,
let's do it.
Cool. So, and I promise you, by the way, it's far more simpler than you may think. All because I've been working on this for over a decade, and I've got it dialed in for you.
Yeah.
And so, ideally, for this strategy to work, at a minimum, you should look at doing one giveaway every month, year in and year out. Now, obviously, the results are going to vary, but on average, let's say that you get 200 opt-ins, 200 new leads per giveaway that you do. If you do one giveaway every month, that's 200 leads a month, 2,400 leads by the end of the year. That's a fabulous start. But we don't want to stop there. You know what? Let's just do this visually. Let's show it on a spreadsheet here. And this is what I call my revenue calculation spreadsheet. And I hope you've been paying attention to my other trainings, but I'm just going to toss out a quick reminder that only about 2% of your list will ever buy from you as your list gets big. All right? My list currently is sitting at 4% has bought from me, and I guarantee that number will drop over time as my list grows. But right now, I want you to understand, magic can happen even at 2%. All right? So the next thing we want to look at on your list, so you got 2% of your list will buy from you. Well, how much are you going to make off of those people? All right? How much are you going to earn in your business? And so you need to look at it from what we call the customer lifetime value, the CLV. How much, on average, does a customer spend with you from the first time they make a purchase to however long it is that they just stop doing any work with you? Now, some of you may have had clients for years still spending more money, and you don't know the total yet because they're still spending, but get an average. And for this sample here, we're just going to use $500. We're keeping it really, really low. My customer lifetime value is actually $5,117. I did the factor in that recently. So again, we're playing with 500 to keep it really low. So with that in mind, with 2% of your audience purchasing from you and the customer lifetime value of $500 per customer, you've added 48 new buyers in the course of that year. And that's $24,000 in additional revenue. Now remember, we're only looking at new leads coming in right now. And in addition, you're probably going to want to host your own giveaway at least once each year, and that's going to add another 1,000 leads to that. So this brings your newly generated leads to 3,400 and additional revenue of $34,000 in just this year. What would you do with an additional $2,000 per month in revenue? What would you do? I think I know what you would do. Vacation more. We like to travel. What would it do in your life? How would it change it? So would you spend an additional $20,000 to $30,000 on paying off debt or putting it towards a home? What would you do? Okay. And what would it be worth to have this strategy for you set up pretty much in autopilot? Would it be worth $5,000 or $10,000 investment? Well, here's the really cool bit. And you're going to want to pay close attention here because this is a game changer you've been waiting for. What we want to talk about now is your affiliate revenue, okay? Your affiliates, this is the list of people who, they're not buying your stuff. Remember, if you've got 98% of your list that doesn't buy from you, 2% buy from you, 98% don't, well, what about referring them to affiliate partners?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and your affiliate partners, well, they pay a really nice commission, especially if you line up the right partners who know how to close deals, and you can refer to them. And let's say not half of what buys from you buys from them, not 1%, but 1/10, 0.2%. Okay, let's take your 2% that you sell, cut that to 1/10. If 0.2% of your list buys from your affiliate partners, and you make a $500 commission on the low end, and typically that is kind of low. I often make $800 to $1,500 in commission per sale. Well, from that same list, you're going to add an extra $15,000 to $23,000 in affiliate revenue. And that's 100% profit because
You don't have to do the work.
exactly.
You're just getting a commission off somebody else's program, which is fabulous.
Yeah. So this is what's possible when you combine your list growth with the support of affiliate marketing that you also are going to want to do throughout the year. And when you add this up, and when you add the fact that at the Infinite List, which we're going to be sharing with you more about in a moment, you can do more than one giveaway per month. Last year I did 26. I'm not suggesting that everybody do this, but we just also wanted to just give you a quick glance at what could happen. We did have multiple members did over 20 giveaways each last year that they participated in and have knocked it out of the park. And this is what you can do. We're just going to throw out some numbers here for you to look at. It is really crazy what it could add up to. You could be bringing in over $320,000 in the next year.
That's doing approximately 2 per month.
2 giveaways per month. And we're not saying do that, but we're saying that you could.
The thing is, it is a numbers game when you look at it.
Yeah.
And so the more you're putting yourself out there, getting your lead magnet seen by people who are interested in what you do, the more people are coming on your list. That gives you more opportunities to communicate with them, add value to their life, and then of course offer them what you do and offer what some of your JV partners do. And that's where revenue comes from.
Yeah. And I really have to say this too, and sometimes I feel like, and Krista hears the brunt of it a lot, is I feel like I'm banging my head against the wall with people who don't understand in the business. And I've coached lots of entrepreneurs, and many of them I see who are not advancing. Even they're not necessarily being coached by me, but I see them at events showing up year after year, and they're not advancing their businesses. They're struggling still. And what it feels like to me is they don't understand the math. They don't understand that, like, if you know And you should. If you don't know your numbers, you should learn your numbers. You're destined to fail if you don't start to understand your numbers. Because when you do understand them, as an example, if you know that 1 out of every 10 people you call, if you do cold calling, if you know that 1 out of every 10 that you call is going to be a buyer on average, you just need to increase the number of calls you make to increase the number of buyers. Yet guess what?
They're not doing it.
They're not doing it.
And they're not finding new people to get on the list.
It just can be so annoying. It's the same thing with your list. If you know that a certain percentage of your list is going to buy from you, then what are you doing to increase the number of your list? If you know that only 2 out of every 100 are going to buy from you, you need to be increasing your list in multiples of hundreds each time to really grow your business. And
Yeah, if there's one thing that I know that I see over and over again from being in this business for a long time, and I care so much because I want everyone to win, it's that coaches and experts spend time on their craft, which is important, right? You want to be spend time on your craft, getting that, creating content, writing the book, doing the thing, but they're not putting enough time on getting enough people to talk to. And they're so good at what they do. You're great at what you do. And I bet you wish you could just do what you do all day long, but you also have to fill it in with clients. And so I just invite you all to take a deep breath for the moment and just kind of shake it off. Like whatever, if anything's come up for you, maybe all those numbers were eye-opening. Maybe for some of you, looking at all the numbers were like, made you want to shut down. But relax, we're here and we're here to help because we want you to succeed in what you're doing because we know the bigger impact you make, the more people you can help, the more money you can make.
absolutely.
And you're doing everything from very ultra conservative numbers, taking a calculation and taking half of that just to give everybody an idea of what's possible. If you just start tapping into what's possible for you, if you do start looking at your numbers a bit differently. And we're talking about a list, but it's not just a list like it's an inanimate object. It's each one is a person, and there's a person there that's interested in what you do, or maybe what one of your JV partners does. But when you think about each one of those people and how you can connect with them, add value on your email list, and then convert them into working with you, the ones that are a right fit, it makes it, humanize it.
Yeah.
We're humanizing the list, but we still have to treat it in an easy way to get them on the list with automation. So it's kind of that little hybrid, right? We've got to take the easy route through automation, but knowing that those are humans on each and every name and each person.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's one of the things that we talk about in quantity. Starting with quantity, you will get to the quality. We were even talking about this the other day, how like if you're panning for gold, do you know how much dirt and gunk gets thrown away to the ratio of just 1 or 2 golden nuggets? Yet most entrepreneurs aren't willing to sift through all that. They go, oh no, I'm only looking for quality leads. Well, guess what? You will have a really hard time scaling. You need to bring them in droves so that the best ones, those gold nuggets you're looking for, they're going to be the ones that stick around, raise their hand more, pay close attention, and move through your funnel.
There's no way to know who's the golden nugget right from the beginning, because they might be not today, but they're tomorrow. They might not be this offer, but the one you're going to offer in a month.
It's just not good marketing.
Keep them around. Keep adding value, and the gold nuggets they'll pop when they're ready. Like, hey, today I'm gold, right? So don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
We're here to teach you on the business side. And I want to say this as well about those numbers, because some of you, those numbers may have seemed too high to believe. And by the way, the number on that higher end piece that we're looking at, 320,000, you may notice that we've also raised the customer lifetime value to 2,000, which we still feel like that's really low, but we've been getting a lot of feedback from people, showing up and hearing our talks, and a lot of our members who are saying, you really need to raise that number up. We like to play with the lower number to keep things reasonable, but 2,000 is also very reasonable. Some of you right now watching this may be even thinking, I don't charge anybody less than 5,000. So we wanted to put that number in there to show you the potential of what you could do. And still, with that kind of an amount, I know that some of you are going to think, oh, that's crazy, that's $350,000 there, it's over $250,000. Well, here's the deal. Would you pay $25,000 for the capability of knowing that you could get $250,000? Okay. Would you pay $50,000 knowing that you could get $300,000. That's a 6x in your investment. But here's the deal. You can look at it and go, okay, well, yeah, I probably would. That would make sense. But what if I told you that you could have it all for under $1,500? That's all of our strategy and the platform in which to implement it given to you for under $1,500.
You can breathe now.
Yeah, you can breathe. Because here's the thing, and I have to reiterate this part. I'm not here to teach you how to fulfill. I'm not here to teach you how to sell. And you do want to get better at selling, because when you get better at selling, by the way, these numbers I just showed you are the base. You could blow those out of the water. Okay? What I'm here to show you is how to create a system that gives you an unending flow of leads so that, guess what? You can screw up on your selling. You can screw up on your fulfillment till the cows come home.
Or you can be really good and make a lot more money than you're making right now.
And I'm trusting, by the way, that you're not going to screw up. I'm trusting you're going to have that dialed in. But Alex Hormozy puts it this way. As long as you know how to get a continuous flow of leads, you have endless opportunities to get it right. I'm just saying you also have endless opportunities to get it wrong, because you know how to keep getting new leads into your world. And that's what we're here to help you with. So $1,500 invested in building your business with a strategy and a platform that makes it so easy, it's pretty much a no-brainer.
Seems to be the most popular phrase we hear amongst all of our members
Yeah.
is no-brainer.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer.
And so speaking of that, I'm excited to, well, I know we're both excited, to invite you to join our Infinite List community. It's the #1 list building membership community in the world. And I built it for myself and for entrepreneurs like you. I don't want to see you become one of those failed business statistics that we mentioned at the start of this workshop. I want to see you knock it out of the park. And the Infinite List is one of the best, if not the best, ways that you can do that, because you can still get in on the ground floor while the price is highly discounted. Even if those numbers that I showed you, what if instead of $320,000, you just did 10% of that? You still increase your revenue by $32,000. What would you do with an extra $32,000? Or let's say you're lazy or you just don't play full out and you do 1% of that. 1% of the $320,000, you still made $3,200, which is more than double the cost of the investment to do the program.
Yeah.
Okay?
We mentioned earlier that giveaways have been around for a long time. It's a system that works
Yeah.
if they're done well, if you get invited. There's all these ifs around it, and that what we've created is a twist on that. And so that's what we're really excited to share with you, because Michael and I have taken what's most important to us, which is community support
Yeah.
and uplifting entrepreneurs to have what they need to succeed. And so we've created this giveaway model that is wrapped around a community, a membership community where you are in the know, you know what's going on, you have support, and we've made it super easy. And we're going to help you keep your
Yeah.
lead magnet super dialed in.
Yeah, you're going to have access to enough giveaways to be in 24 giveaways a year if you so choose. Again, you don't have to, but last year we did, it was probably close to 100 giveaways. And this year we're on track to do that again. So you have access to lots of giveaways. And here's the thing. Even if you're not an Infinite List member, guess what? We have our available giveaway calendar to the general public, and you could jump into a giveaway and just do one giveaway and walk away. And that's $250. And if you choose to do that, that's not a problem. You can go to infinite-list.com and check out our calendar right now. But as a member, you could do up to 24 giveaways.
But not just that. Not just that.
Not
There's
just
so
that.
much more that comes with
So much
membership.
more. But just thinking about 24 giveaways at $250 each, that's a $6,000 value right there. So that's one of the things that is included in membership. I'm going to look over here just so that we don't miss any of those things that we want to list off for you. So you can participate in up to 24 giveaways per year. And guess what? We'll run their giveaway for them. Actually, you usually set that up. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so our members are the hosts. Each member has an opportunity once per year to step up and be the host. And believe it or not, that's included in membership.
And that's another $2,997 value right there. Next up, we do 3 Ask Me Anything calls every month. where you can jump on the phone with us or one of our coaches on a Zoom call. I said phone, man, a little way back. You can jump on a Zoom call with us for some extra support. The Ask Me Anything calls are totally optional. If you need support on your lead magnet, your funnel, your opt-in page, whatever, we're there for you.
I actually believe strongly that the entire value of what you're paying for the year, that $1,500, would be more than worth it just for those
Just for
3
those calls.
live coaching calls every single month.
And in addition to the other stuff that we've already mentioned, we also will provide a community connection call. That's the word I was looking for. I was going to say networking, but it's really an opportunity to connect with the community, to find out what each other's doing both inside and outside of the Infinite List platform. You'll learn what giveaways are coming up, but you'll also learn who might be a good partner or be willing to support you in a launch that you have coming up outside of the Infinite List as well.
And you can look at that the other way and go, ooh, who gets to know you now?
Yeah.
Right? All of a sudden you're like, oh, people are starting to know me and I'm getting to know them, and that's a really great feeling.
Yeah, great way to elevate your authority. There's another piece that we covered.
Well, it's important to all of us that your lead magnet is awesome.
Right.
Because if we were hosting giveaways with lackluster lead magnets that weren't very hot and didn't look very good, well, it's going to affect negatively everybody involved. So we offer an incredible List Builders boot camp that takes you step by step, actually super easy, super quick. Our members rave about, it's actually Michael's great training, and takes you right through to either tweak your current lead magnet or make more. We always suggest you make more and get them done.
Yep.
Or hold your hand digitally, boom, 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 and get those lead magnets and opt-in pages done.
Yeah, because ultimately what you're getting as part of membership in the Infinite List is a team behind you, backing you up, rooting for you, and helping you to make everything that you're doing so much better than ever before. So all of that is included as well. And in addition, right now we have some extra bonuses. Did we cover everything on that list? It looks like we did.
We did. That's what our membership is all about.
And we're going to add some additional bonuses just during this launch. Okay, so this is super exciting. If you join today, you're going to get some extra add-on bonuses. For one, you're going to get a 15-minute lead magnet review one-on-one call with either myself or Krista, where we're going to go over your lead magnet with you and tell you why it may or may not be converting and what you could do to make it convert better. And in addition to that, we're also going to give you a separate, but you could do these bookended back-to-back, a opt-in page review. And that is where we'll look at your landing page. Is it doing everything that it can to convert at the highest possible level of getting people into your world? So those sessions alone are worth several $100s. We're throwing that in as an added bonus just during the launch. And as if that's not enough, we've got 2 others here. Okay, now one of them is only going to go to the first 10 people who jump in. If you're listening to this right now and you jump in right now, you've got a chance of being the first 10 to actually get added to our monthly done with you 4-hour lead magnet workshop. This is great for someone, and the reason we even offer this is because a lot of people come in and either their lead magnet's not ready, or they've got a lead magnet, it's just not converting the way they'd like it to. So we put together these workshops so that you can get on track fast. And it's a 4-hour workshop, normally valued at $1,000. The first 10 people who join today, you're going to get access to that. And then finally, this is for anyone who understands the value of a longer term commitment. Anybody who pays in the annual plan, you're getting not 2 free months, but 3 free months during this launch. You're going to pay for 9 months, but get 12 when you join under this program right now.
So we are really excited for you to join us. And you know what? It is about consistency. This is something, it's not a one hit. You don't just try it. You don't put a billboard up and for a week and then put it down and say, I'm all done advertising.
Yeah.
This is something that we've designed to help you have this consistent, easy, a low cost per lead, easy to implement thing to do that's going to bring leads into your world consistently. Grow that list on a consistent basis, all while you building rapport with people, meeting great peers within your industry, elevating your authority, getting known, getting your questions answered. And that all happens right here at Infinite List.
Yeah. So you can get all of this right now for only $1,250. And let me be clear, This is an investment, not an expense. The difference is an expense, you buy a cup of coffee, you drink that coffee, it's gone forever. You'll never see that money again. An investment is something that you get a return on. And you've just seen the potential of an amazing return on a simple investment. And so I invite you to join us today. $1,250 for our annual plan. You will not be remiss to jump in. And if that seems like too much, if it's out of your budget, we do have a month-by-month plan available. You can look at that as well, but go right now to our site and sign up for Infinite List Pro membership. You won't regret it.
Every business needs new leads in order to grow. So that's where I have put my focus, and that is why I joined Infinite List.
The 4 lead magnets that I've been using in the Infinite List have been gold. And if you want those kind of results, you need to play with us. Infinite List, don't hesitate. There's so many amazing giveaways. And guess what? All the work is done for us.
Community. In addition, this new system that they've put together makes it really simple to participate, to update things, so that not only is your brand being represented the way you want it to, but the partnerships are easy and seamless.
Keep filling up our opt-in list with thousands of new leads from all of our Infinite List giveaways. Last year, we participated in 16 different giveaways across a dozen different client sectors without spending a penny more to get into each one.
My little secret for growing that list is with giveaways, and they have been one of my go-tos for years now. But the thought of organizing one myself is like, yeah, no thanks. That's a little bit too much hassle. However, that was until Michael Neely made me an offer I couldn't refuse. And he says, what if I handled that for you? And just like that, it was game on. So today, Michael and Krista are supporting coaches, healers, holistic practitioners, infopreneurs, speakers, authors, entrepreneurs through their Infinite List members. So they've built something really special. Just think about it. It's like curated giveaways, top-notch lead magnet training, live coaching, and a supportive community to help you grow your list full of potential clients and grow it fast.
What I love about the Infinite List process is, first of all, it takes all of the work out of my hands when I want to do my own giveaway. And more importantly, when I want to participate in giveaways to build my list, being an Infinite List has allowed me to refine which giveaway is going to get me the best result, and then take it and make it better and make my follow-up sequence better, and just creating a whole better experience for the people that opt in. So all of those opt-ins actually turn into clients.
My experience with the Infinite List has been such that even though I have a smaller list, I can still participate. And by participating, you can grow your list. I grew mine in about 20% in just one giveaway.
So it's a no-brainer. Come and join us, the #1 new lead generator.